If you threw laziness out the window every single day, who the hell would you be right now? Think about it. Picture who you'd be. Imagine the life you'd live, the respect your woman would have for you, how she'd look at you like you're a damn king. Picture the car you'd drive, the place you'd live. That guy is real. He's right there waiting. But here's the thing. You're not him because you're lazy as hell. You can have it all. The universe hands out rewards to people who bust their ass for it. No one who truly tries day in, day out ever fails to get what they want. It's simple. If you're not getting what you want, it's because you're not trying hard enough. You're lazy and you're too arrogant to admit it. There's a version of you out there in the multiverse who did the work, who put in the hours. That guy's tougher, stronger, better than you could even imagine. And here's the best part. You could be him. That's what I did. I knew who I needed to be long before I became him. My brother and I didn't come from some cushy, rich background. We had nothing. But I knew I needed to be a strong, ruthless fighting machine with $1 billion to my name. It's discipline that separates the men from the boys. If you can't get yourself to do the things you don't want to do, you'll never be great. If you can't get up and train when you're tired work, when you don't feel like it, stay away from distractions like Pornhub and eat right when junk is calling your name, you'll never be someone who dominates life. Men do what needs to be done, not what they feel like doing. Feeling-based decisions are for women and children. Kids cry because they feel like it. Women start arguments because they feel like it. But a man, he does what he's supposed to do, regardless of how he feels. Listen, because here's the truth most men can't handle. The foundation of masculinity, it's discipline. If you don't have the discipline to commit yourself fully to grind when you don't feel like it, you're going to fail. And you'll get crushed by men who do. If you only hit the gym when you feel like it, you'll never be as strong as lethal as the guy who's grinding in there every damn day, no matter what. That's how life works. I train every single day. And I've heard people say, oh, you overtrain. You know what I tell them? I don't believe in rest. I'm not some weak ass loser making $50 an hour trying to teach others how to lift. I'm not a broke fitness trainer. You don't get it. And I don't need to listen to you. And here's the thing. It's not about getting bigger or stronger. I train every day because it's hard. Because I wake up with 1,000 things to do, tired as hell, and I don't want to do it. But I force myself. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So I know deep down that I'm the kind of guy who can do what he hates doing when it needs to be done. It's become a mental game now, not just a physical one. How can you ever compete with me if I'm out here doing the hard stuff every damn day and you're making excuses? Discipline isn't just important. It's non-negotiable if you want to succeed. Get it through your head. If you're aiming for greatness, there will be long stretches of time where you're miserable, where the grind feels like hell, where everything in you says quit. And that's why 99 out of 100 people will fall off. They can't handle the suffering, the raw difficulty. But that difficulty, that's what makes it valuable. If everyone could do it, nobody would want it because no one would respect it. It's supposed to be hard. Life is supposed to test you, to push you to the edge. You're meant to suffer and still get up with a smile, grinding through the pain. Discipline is the key in every part of life as a man. And if you don't have it, you're finished. Give most people a clear roadmap to success. Give them a Ferrari with a full tank and they'd still say the drive is too long. They're quitters. They lack discipline. You can hand people the exact formula for success. You can spoon feed them the steps. I can motivate them. I can send them texts. I can give them emergency meetings, do everything in my power to hype them up. But if they're quitters, it doesn't matter. They'll quit. They'll fail. No matter how easy the path is, no matter how fast the Ferrari can go. They just don't have it in them. And that's the competition you're up against. People who can't even follow a foolproof map because they lack the guts and the discipline to see it through. Somewhere along the line, these quitters are going to hit a little bump. The sun will be in their eyes and they'll sit there whining, this is bullshit. I don't like this. It's too hard. And they'll quit. Look, quitters are the type of people nobody can help. If you're a quitter, I can't help you. Life can't help you. And God himself can't help a quitter. If you're missing discipline, you're missing the foundation for any kind of success in life. Every single measure of success, science, and common sense shows you're going to stay a loser. The answer, keep training, keep grinding. If you're training hard every damn day, you won't be worrying about little things like vitamin C or other nonsense. If you don't train, you're soft. Simple as that. The answer is always hard work. From the moment you're aware of yourself to the day you die, that's your window to become something. And training is never the wrong decision. You're in jail, train. You're free, train. You're rich, train. You're broke, train. It doesn't matter if you smoke, drink, or are clean. Training is the answer. There's no version of this life where hard work is the wrong call. I'll smoke 10 cigars a day and still crush you because I train harder than you can even imagine. Pain is necessary. Pain is the damn fuel. When people whine, I'm suffering, I say, good. Pain is a necessary ingredient in the mix. You don't have it. You don't have the formula. Look at Batman. Batman's Batman because his parents were murdered. If they hadn't killed his parents, he'd be some rich kid doing nothing. You're supposed to suffer. That pain, it's the fuel. The worst thing that can happen to a man is a pain. Free life. If you're born rich, sitting on cash with no need to work, nothing to grind for, you'll end up miserable, unhappy, addicted to something, wasting time with fake relationships. You want confidence, you want real respect, you only get it by dragging yourself through hell and coming out the other side. That's the only way. And let's talk about the system, shall we? You think they're out here taxing the rich? Get real. You've got jurisdictions all over the world. How are you going to tax a guy with businesses here, houses there, and a million ways to shift money around? Starbucks, no taxes. Uber supposedly never made a profit. An app that gets cuts from drivers everywhere and they claim they're broke. Right, sure. You can't tax the rich. The system's too complicated. You try to, and they'll laugh at you and move their money elsewhere. If England tried slapping a huge tax on the rich tomorrow, the rich would say, fine, I'll set up my HQ and B, sign a couple of papers, problem solved. People don't actually learn lessons unless they've got their ass handed to them, plain and simple. All that soft talk about learning from close calls, it's bullshit. You don't really learn a damn thing until you feel the pain. You've seen it right. That guy who's out there driving like a maniac, almost smashing up his car over and over. But does he slow down? Hell no. Not until he's got his car wrapped around a tree does it sink in. That's what it takes for people to wake the fuck up. And it's the same shit with business. You want to make it well, get ready to get your ass kicked. Sure, maybe some people hit it big with their first company, but what happens? They act like dumbasses, blow all their cash, and end up flat on their face. You think you're going to learn business from some book? That's just a waste of time. You want real lessons? You need to be in the trenches. You need to make mistakes. You need to feel the burn when things go sideways. You need to be dodging the tax man and dealing with the headaches so you learn to never let that crap happen again. Let me be real with you. People are dumb enough that they only learn the hard way. You can't just hand someone the answer and expect them to get it. No, they've got to go out and get slapped by reality. Now, here's where it gets real. You think you're safe because you own something. Forget that. In places like America, owning shit just makes you a target. Some clown sues you and suddenly your assets are up for grabs. That's why the smart people, the real players, don't own a damn thing themselves. It's all about putting everything in limited companies and trust all that behind the scenes magic. Look at the Panama Papers. Look at the way these billion-dollar companies are set up. Nike, for instance, isn't paying taxes like the rest of us schmucks. Here's how it works. They've got one company in a country with a 1% tax rate, another in Europe. The European company makes all the profit, then sends it off to the low tax company to use the trademark. It's all perfectly legal, and it's one big fat joke on the taxpayer. So when they talk about raising taxes, they're not going after billionaires chilling on their yachts. They can't touch those guys. They're going after the guy who's got a mortgage, 2 kids, a dog, and no way to escape. That's who they're after. The middle guy who's stuck in place paying for the rich guy's loopholes. It's a joke, but that's reality. The system's set up so that the average Joe gets screwed while the ones at the top keep playing the game and laughing all the way to the bank. I walk into a gas station and some guy's telling me put on a mask. I just look at him and say, no, well, we won't serve you. All right, then, so the gas is free, right? Because I've already filled up. No, you have to pay. Well, then fucking serve me, genius. Put a mask on. No. It's just pointless bullshit, man. At the end of it all, they still take my money. Total waste of time, but I can't help but laugh at it. I'd look at him and go, bro, you're making 700 pounds a month working for a corporation that wouldn't give a rat's ass if you dropped dead tomorrow. Why are you acting like my life depends on you? I mean, if I worked at BP and some guy walked in, started a bonfire in the corner and began grilling sausages, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, please stop, bro. Sure, whatever. But these people are die. Hard for the gas station's rules. Like, what's going on in your brain? We're living in a world that needs slaves in one way or another. Because obviously we need people to run these kinds of jobs. Free people don't do them. Let's be real. And here's where it comes full circle. You get to this point where, as frustrating as it is, you realize the world needs this slave class of people who buy all the stuff so we don't have to do the mundane crap they're doing. But those types don't get to tell me what to do. And now that the COVID thing's over, they can't tell me a damn thing anymore. We're back to normal and they're back to knowing their place. Not everyone's meant to be free. If everyone could handle a free mind, society would collapse. Some people are just wired to be slaves while others are built to be free. And it's insane trying to explain reality to these people with the slave mind. You've got two options: understand what's happening, stand against the matrix and fight the good fight, or fall in line, accept the programming and ignore the fact that there's a battle. But either way, you're going to be fighting. Either you're fighting the system or you're stuck fighting against your own depression, anxiety, your own demons. Pick your battle. Are you going to control your mind, fight for something real, or just roll over and let life control you? Society tries to put me in a box, but I'm not about to live this normal life. I'm not the kind of man who's just going to sit around, let my wife tell me to come home every night and play husband. That's not me. If I've got a woman I love and we have kids, I'm still going to do what I want. Maybe I'm out for 2 weeks. She'll see me when I'm back. And if during those 2 weeks I come across a hot chick with a nice ass, it is what it is. Doesn't mean I don't love the woman at home. Doesn't mean I'm not coming back to her. I'm just living by my own instincts and I'm not apologizing for it. Society thinks it can tell me what's right or wrong. It thinks I should apologize for who I am. Well, screw that. Society's been pushing all kinds of bullshit and I'm not buying it. If I fall in love, have a kid, make sure they're safe and taken care of, I'm still going to live the way I want. And if your society says I'm a bad person for that, get fucked. I do what I want because that's what makes me me. Now, my kids, they're not getting spoiled. They're starting off broke as hell because they're not going to learn any other way. It's different when it comes to a daughter, though. Spoiling a girl isn't the same as spoiling a guy. Spoiling a woman's not really a big deal, doesn't mess with her mentality the same way. But the thing is, if she's got access to money, some guy is going to sniff it out. So you've got to keep it in check. I'm not letting some little dude mooch off my daughter's money if I ever have one. Nah, hell no. She's 18, has a fat stack, and some broke ass dude with zero ambition. He'll be the one rolling in the club, spending her money, driving her car like he's got something to prove. That's why no chance in hell she's getting cash from me. I'm not about to bankroll some loser, period. Now, my son, different game entirely. He ain't getting a cent either. Because I don't want him soft, all right. I want him to feel that hunger, that pain, that real struggle I went through. When you've had nothing, you learn to claw your way up, and that's what I want for him. Sure, he'll have some advantages because I had Jack. All coming up, but he's got to earn his own. Let's say he wins a fight. Then maybe I'll toss him a bonus. But he's got to win first. Nothing comes easy, not even from his old man. And trust me, my kids aren't going to be chilling in some cushy Western setup. Western country, soft as shit. If I have sons, they'll grow up like warriors. I'm talking rough in the mountains like real beasts. All barefoot in the snow running wild. I don't want EM mixing with a bunch of privileged little punks in private school. The streets teach you way more than some overpriced classroom ever could. I want them hard as hell in private schools, waste of time. My kids' lives will be tough. That's a father's job to build warriors, not pampered little softies. And a real dad, he's not at home every damn night doing diaper duty. He's out there setting the example, showing his kids what excellence looks like. My boys are going to see how I live what I do, and they'll want to be that. You don't get that by playing house. You get that by conquering the damn world. You lead, they follow. That's the way it works. And yeah, I've got my public face and my private face. I don't need to go off about the system to my chick 24/7. She gets it. She knows the deal. But trust me, I talk about the real stuff behind closed doors with people who actually get it. You think the normies are ready for that? No chance. They can't handle the truth because they're not built for it. That's just the reality. You know the deal with the Matrix, right? They showed you in that movie. These people are brainwashed. They're so deep in the system that if you try to tell them the truth, they'll defend it like it's their religion. I could sit with one of these clowns and tell him, look, bro, your degree is a scam. You've been lied to. Let me show you how to actually make money. And they'll look at me dead serious and say, nah, my degree is from a good university. Bro, you're working at Greg's making minimum wage. Your degree doesn't mean shit. Wake the fuck up. Now, yeah, I've got a showbiz version of myself because we live in a world of zero attention spans. People can't stay focused for shit. I've got to hit hard, talk fast, make my point clear. I'm a master at it. I get and say what I've got to say and get out. Sure, some might think it's all rehearsed, but no, it's just the reality of doing business in a world where people's minds are weak. I'm here to deliver hard truths, and I do it professionally because that's how the game's played. Let me be clear, this path they're selling men. It's a trap, plain and simple. They tell you to chase this sad little dream, go to school, get a job, marry some chick, happy wife, happy life. That shit is depressing. Men aren't built for that. We're built to conquer, to win, to be free, and freedom costs money. Real freedom, the kind where you do what you want when you want. That's what brings happiness as a man. If you're going to live by the rules, you'll never have that freedom, and you'll never be truly happy. But listen, I'm going to piss off the brokies here for a second. Money, there's really nothing to buy after a point. You get a few diamond watches, a couple of suits, some cars. What else is there? You end up dropping cash on bottle shows and $10,000 steaks. It's just throwing money at the wall because there's nothing left to buy. Travel's cool and all, but let's be real. There's not a lot that actually matters to buy. And property, don't get me started. I'm anti-government as it gets in property. That's one of the Matrix's biggest scams to lock you down. You buy some $10 million mansion somewhere and you're at the mercy of the government in that country. They've got you by the balls. So don't give me this crap about passive income either. Passive income is the biggest myth going. Ask anyone with tenants. It's a fucking nightmare. Tenants trash the place, break shit. You've got maintenance management. It's a damn job. So all you out there talking about passive income, stop lying to yourselves. You don't even know what you're talking about. Once you've stacked up real money, you start seeing things different. You don't want more crap weighing you down. You want freedom. That's what it's about. Look at these crypto nerds, like the guys who made Ethereum and all that, autistic geniuses. They've got everything they need in a backpack. Want a house? Rent it. Want a Lambo? Rent it. I'm at the point now where I don't own a damn thing. No hassles, no name on anything, no government breathing down my neck. Nobody can take shit from me. Here's the thing: you hit a certain level and you start asking, do I really want all this extra crap? At the end of the day, you want peace of mind, not another mansion you barely even go to. What's the point in worrying about some place in Santa Monica getting broken into? Just another headache, right? That's just a matrix tool to keep you locked down. You buy a $20 million house, now you're tied to that government. Step out of line and they'll come for you. Miss a tax payment, they're knocking on your door. They'll slap every regulation and rule on you, and you can't do a damn thing. Better take that shot. They're pushing mask up, play the game, or they'll come after what you own. Even a parking ticket can become their excuse. I pull up in the DBS park wherever the fuck I want. James Bond doesn't look for parking, and neither do I. They throw a ticket on there. I don't care. I got no assets tied to this place. No house for them to take done. That's how they get you, bro. You're giving the government power over you just by owning it. And when you're at my level, you don't want any government having leverage on you. If they come to me and say, Andrew, we don't like you, I can tell them to get fucked. That's freedom. I knew I had to get out of the matrix before I was even out. COVID should have woken everyone up. They shut down your business, forced you to take their medical procedure, locked you in your home, masked you up, all over something with a 99.9% survival rate. They broke every rule, every law. Geneva Convention, human rights, they threw all of it out the window, sold it as safety. More people died of mental health issues, of missed doctor appointments, real problems, real diseases. They let all that happen because they're puppets doing whatever the higher ups tell them. And now people think it's all back to normal, like they won't pull that shit again. You think over the next 30 years, they won't come back with a new scam, a new safety measure. If you don't see it by now, you're asleep. All right, fuck them. Next time they try pulling this bullshit, I'm out. I'm gone. Look, last time they locked everyone up, I was in Sweden. Sweden stayed open the whole damn time. No lockdown, no masks, no vaccine passports. I was out in Stockholm clubbing, living free, while everyone else was back home clapping like idiots for the NHS. And while you were locked up, I was out there running with Swedish chicks doing my thing totally free. But if I'd been tied down with some big property in the UK, I wouldn't have been able to say fuck the UK and just leave. See, once you get out of the matrix, once your money is off their grid, you don't answer to them. You go wherever you want. Law changes, just move. Don't have to be some criminal, just take off, find a new spot. Owning property just weighs you down. The real high-level billionaires, they get it. They don't actually own anything. They've got shell companies and subsidiaries in places like the Cayman Islands or Dubai owning assets they can use. That's the game, man. Stay out of the matrix. Here's the trade-off you make as an individual: safety versus control. Dubai, for example, I love that place. Yeah, the laws are strict and the government's got a tight grip, but guess what? You're safe. You can walk around with a $5 million watch and not even worry about it. That's a trade I'll take every day. But in places like America or England, they want to control you with their laws, yet they can't even keep you safe. Cops can ruin your life for the smallest thing, and you still have to worry about criminals too. That's no deal. If I'm in a country with a tough legal system, I better be getting some serious safety. Otherwise, why the hell would I even respect that system? There are places out there, Africa, Southeast Asia, where the legal system's a joke. And you know what? That's fine, because you're not getting safety anyway. So at least there it all makes sense. But when cops mess with you over a mask or parking ticket, yet they can't keep you safe from actual threats, nah, I'm moving on. That's why I set up somewhere else. There are countries, especially in Eastern Europe, with a perfect balance. The government's not up in your business. The cops aren't chasing you down for nonsense, and life's a hell of a lot freer. I'm not saying I'm out here breaking laws. I'm just saying they don't hound you for every little thing. Take Romania, for instance. You don't get parking tickets. You just park wherever you want. Nobody cares. But the vibe's different too. Romania, like a lot of Eastern Europe, is rooted in deep morality. It's a religious place, so even though the police aren't rolling around in fancy cars like in England, people respect each other and the streets feel safer. It's a different way of life, and it all adds up, man. Listen, man, I moved out of that shithole for the dumbest reasons. Every day in the UK, you're getting hit with another letter parking ticket here. Fine there. Hey, pay us for this. Oh, you were breathing? Pay up? I was like, screw this. Why am I even here? So I bounced. Had some solid friends in Romania, went to visit, and ended up staying. I never thought I'd get a jet, but after they kept trying to slap a mask on me, I couldn't take it anymore. Once you get a jet, though, it changes your whole view. Flying commercial, waste of time, man. You book a flight, sit around for hours at the airport, get on the plane, land, wait for your bags. It eats up your whole damn day. But with my plane, I send a text, say, we're leaving at noon, show up at 11, and bam, wheels up. Land in Vienna, 12 BMWs right there on the runway. I'm already out. That's what it means to move like a boss. I can hit up 4 or 5 countries in a single day. People want to set up meetings, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know what I'm doing by 6. It's freedom and it's priceless. Next week, let's say Tyson shows up ready to train me and he says, you can't fight, you're a pussy. If that pisses you off, you're not going to learn. It's Tyson, just shut up and take notes. Same goes with people richer than me. If someone like Elon comes along and says, Andrew, you don't know shit, I'm going to listen, because that's how you get somewhere. If you can't handle someone calling you names, you'll stay stuck. Simple. Look, I've been the best damn student of life because I know when to shut up and listen. But now I've earned the right to speak up. There are still people I respect, people I'll always stay quiet around because they've earned it. But I'm here because I watched, I learned, I figured out how things work. Most people see someone with something they want, but they never ask, how did he get that? They see a Ferrari and think, wish I had one, then turn back to their sad little lives without a single thought of how to get it. They want the result without putting in the mental work, and that's why they lose. When I talk about the Matrix, I'm talking about this entire damn system that's been set up to make you a slave. In the movie, they're using you for body heat. Here, they're using you for your effort, your energy, your life. It's rigged to make the rich richer and keep everyone else chained. You can sit there and cry, get all pissed off, but while you're doing that, they're still raking it in. They want you distracted, whining about change while they stay on top. Look, I don't think it's a waste of time. I know it's a waste of time. Sitting around crying about how the game's rigged, that's for losers. You want to win, you learn the damn rules and find your best move. Yeah, the game's rigged. Yeah, the rich get richer and the poor get fucked over. That's the setup, and guess what? No amount of whining is going to change that. The people with the cash make the rules, and they're not about to rewrite the script just to make life easier for you. Why would they? This is basic economics, and most people don't get it. They think money's just going to fall into their laps if they complain hard enough. During COVID, when they handed out those stimulus checks, everyone was cheering, oh, free money for the poor. But who do you think really got richer? Poor people went out, spent that money at Amazon, and bam, Bezos doubled his billions. The rich didn't just get richer, they made damn sure those checks ended up back in their pockets. Doesn't matter if people bought stocks, crypto, a house, whatever. In the end, it flows right back up to the top because those who own the assets and companies have all the control. It's always been the have-nots and the have-yachts. That's reality. But to take advantage of the game, you've got to be in the right position, like in chess. Good moves come from strong positions. If you're broke sitting on your couch, it doesn't matter how high Bitcoin goes, you're out of the game before it even starts. You need a network information, some cash on hand. You've got to be ready to risk what you have without wrecking yourself if you lose. That's how it works. Tell me I'm already playing in the NBA of life. I can throw $1 million at an investment, and if it flops, so what? That's what makes it easy, but getting that first $1 million, that's the hard part. Once you're at the top, you can gamble big without sweating it. And that's why I never bought into the bullshit system from the start. School, college, university, all is set up to keep you compliant. I knew from day one that it was all bullshit. Teachers telling me get good grades or you won't get a good job, and I'd sit there thinking, shut the fuck up. I knew it was all a con, even if I couldn't explain it fully back then. Everyone deep down knows it. You see a Lambo roll up at 3 a.m. and some guy steps out. No one's thinking, wow, he must have a degree. Hell no. You think criminal, gangster, drug dealer. You don't link big money with university degrees, but then people still convince themselves, oh, if I want money, I need to go to uni. Absolute nonsense. It's all a lie. And the sooner you see that, the sooner you can start playing the real game. Look, everyone knows the system is bullshit. The path they lay out for you, total joke. It's not going to lead you to the life you actually want. And even when I didn't know what the other path was, I had this gut level distrust of their system and all the crap they wanted me to do. That's what made me go search for something else, and I found it. And listen up, this is for everyone watching. Go ask anyone you know who's actually rich, hey, what made you rich? None of them are going to say school. Do any of them say, yeah, I got an A in some class and that made me a millionaire? Who the fuck cares? It's nonsense. They're indoctrinating you, plain and simple. I saw it for what it was, and that's why I kept looking for a way out. If you're always searching, you're going to find it. And I'm telling you right now, there isn't a single person on this planet who's paying attention, putting in the work, not slacking, showing up on time, finding people who know more than they do, and doing everything they can who isn't rich. I don't believe it. If you're broke, it means you're missing something in that mix, period. You can pretend you're doing all the right things, but if you're dead honest with yourself, ask, am I really finding the right people to teach me? Am I actually giving it 100%? And most of the time, it's a big fat no. Just being around people with money changes the game. Here's an example. I'm in Romania where I've got probably the largest supercar collection in the country. 28 insane cars, you name it, I've got it. So I drive out to Cluj, Napoca, right near the Hungarian border in my Chiron. I park it. And this kid comes up and says, hey, can I take some photos of your car? I have a car spotting page. I'm like, sure, whatever. He spends a few minutes snapping shots and then asks, do you want the photos? I tell him not really, I've already got photos. But he gives me his email just in case. Then I look at him and say, why the hell do you do this? You spend all day standing around taking pictures of other people's cars. Doesn't that seem like a waste of time now? I thought it was a waste of time. Turns out I was wrong. I met this kid once, yeah. Barely 17, didn't have 2 coins to rub together. But he's got this hustler's mentality. He skips school, skips college, all cause he's figured something out if he can take photos of luxury cars and email them to people he can get in touch with the richest men in Romania. That's big balls thinking. And I saw that, and I thought this guy gets it, so I hired him on the spot. Now he's pulling in 10 grand a month, working for me in Romania, all because he understood this simple fact. If the money's over there, I need to be over there. Not just sitting around like a little loser with his excuses. He's closer to it now, and look where it's gotten him. People need to understand, if you're broke as hell, stop hiding from the world. Go to these real estate meetings, these investing meetups. Doesn't matter if you have no money to invest yet. Be around people who actually have money. Just listen. Talk about money, get comfortable with the idea of it. Because here's the deal. How the hell are you going to get money if you're afraid to even talk about it? Bro, being a man has always been hard. Life as a man is brutal. It's never been easy. You think men back in the day were having a good time? Was it fun to be a man in the trenches in World War II? Or getting decimated by the Mongol? Or freezing your balls off in some Napoleonic war camp? Or dying to build some rich guy's pyramid? No. Being a man has always sucked. The only time it doesn't suck is if you're top tier exceptional. You have to level up so hard that you're in that top 2%, the elite. And here's the irony, even feminists know this. They whine about men having all the power, but they're talking about a handful of guys, the top 2%. They're not talking about the guys flipping burgers. Most men's lives are crap. But the best possible life, that's reserved for the best men. And if you're not one of them, you're better off being a woman. I'm telling you, I'm giving it to you raw. So yeah, you want to live better, then you need to become a beast. Not everyone's going to make it, and I'm not here to lie to you about that. But if you want a life worth living, you've got to earn it. You've got to become strong, smart, ruthless, charismatic, everything that makes a man untouchable. Rich, connected, and influential. If you come to me saying my life sucks, I'll say, yeah, it does. Because a lot of you have mixed up a damn dream with a plan. Good things don't just happen. You see a guy with a shredded body. Do you think he got it by accident? No, he ate right, trained right, stayed consistent. And the same goes for money and everything else. So stop dreaming and start planning. That's how you make it out. Look, if you're broke as hell and I ask you want to be rich, you'd say, yeah, I want to be rich. But then how are you going to do it? And your sorry ass says, I'll win the lottery. Pathetic. Dumb fucks like you have zero plan, none. No daily actions, no effort, just this lazy half-baked dream that one day out of nowhere some miracle will just drop riches on your lap. Guess what? That shit's never going to happen. Without a concrete, ruthless plan, without working your ass off every single day, you'll stay exactly where you are. You think I got here without grinding? Hell no. I had a plan, a real one, and I followed it like my life depended on it. It's not that people are stupid. Most people could do it if they actually tried. But they're too damn lazy or too damn arrogant to make money. That's the reality. Everyone's obsessed with this stupid happiness crap. And let me tell you, happiness is one of the most destructive motivations out there, especially for a man. Sitting around whining about how you just want to feel happy leads to dumb decisions, getting wasted doing drugs, dumb stuff that's short, lived and leaves you worse off. Stop chasing happiness and start chasing pride. Pride in yourself, pride in the things you've built. When you choose pride, you make decisions that mean something, that earn you respect. People who chase happiness, they do stupid short, live things that give them an instant dopamine hit. But the men who go after pride, they delay the easy crap, they push through pain and fear, and they build. That's where the real power is. You get to the other side of fear and say, I did it. That's real. That's something to be proud of. As a man, pride is what makes you powerful. That's why I'm the luckiest man alive, because I know what I'm building. I've been given everything I need to build a fucking superhero out of myself, unlimited power, endless drive. I can sit here right now and pull up memories that'll keep me wired for days, not hours, days. That's a power most men don't have. They're tired, they want to sleep me, I just think. I tap into my brain, recall everything I've been through, and suddenly sleep doesn't even exist. I can stay awake and go harder for as long as I need to. When people come to me whining about their heartbreak or their sadness, I'm like, good, good. Thank God for giving you something to fuel you. They're wasting it. That's the problem. Life handed them pure fucking rocket fuel, and they're just too weak to use it. See, I'm the luckiest man on earth because every bad thing I went through built me into who I am. I don't waste my time worrying if I'm spending too much. If I thought I'd just make more money. You don't sit in second, guess you act. People love talking about efficiency. Work smart, not hard. That's bullshit if it's an excuse to be lazy. Yeah, work smart, but first fill your day with as much hard work as you can. Then make it efficient. You want to win, do 15 smart hours a day, not one, and watch where that takes you. The other day, I talked to some 22-year-old who made $4 million off a crypto pump. Now, the market dipped. He's got 1.5 mil left, and he's waiting for the next pump. I told him straight up, bro, you're fucked. Easy money has ruined him for life. No skills, no sales experience, no tolerance for stress, just dumb luck on a screen. He's sitting there wasting his life waiting on some shitcoin to take off because he's convinced he's made it. He doesn't realize he's in trouble because real skills, those take work. He's never going to want a real job, and that's the truth he doesn't want to hear. Making money's easier now than ever because the world is your marketplace. You've got the world at your fingertips. If you've got a message, put it out there and people will listen. It's all about an abundance mindset. When I was broke, I thought everyone was broke. Then you get rich and suddenly everyone has money. Supercars sold out. Diamond watches sold out. Private jets and yachts all booked. I was just in Dubai renting a $25,000 a day mansion on the Palm. Some guy comes to me saying, I got an offer for $35,000 a day. You need to leave. I said, fine, I'll pay $40,000. He comes back again. Guy offered $50,000 a day for a year. I just laughed and left. Who am I in a bidding war with? There are people out there with money that would blow your tiny mind. So get out there, stop whining, and start building something real. Listen, there is so much damn money in this world. You can't even wrap your head around it until you're there. I remember one night in Monaco. I was at this dinner after a car rally, just having a good time, and I look around the table. 10 people, everyone's rocking a $100,000 watch like it's no big deal. Back when I was broke, if someone said they had 40 grand in the bank, I'd think they were doing well. Now I'm surrounded by people dripping in cash, wearing watches worth more than most people's cars, and no one even gives a fuck. That's when you realize there's levels to this game. And once you're at the top, money is everywhere. This is the abundance mindset, and I hope it pisses you off if you're broke, because it should. While you're out here struggling with bills, there are people pulling in so much money it would blow your mind. Everything they want, whenever they want it. And don't hit me with that, oh, but they're miserable. Nah, a lot of them are living it up, so make more money because it's out there waiting for you to grab it. I think back to the toughest lesson you've had in the last few years. Think of how many chances you had to learn it the easy way to stop being a dumbass before things got bad. But what did you do? You brushed it off, thought you got away with it, and then bam, reality hits you in the face. Lessons only come two ways, hard and harder. If you're smart, you'll learn them the hard way. If you're an idiot, you'll learn them the hardest way. But there's no easy way to learn. People ask me, when don't you stop working and just relax? And I'm like, why the hell would I want that? My advantage is that I don't want to break. I don't want to relax. For me, the work is the enjoyment. I'm not doing all this to hit some point where I can take it easy on a beach somewhere. That's not my game. I tried relaxing once. Right here live on a podcast, I tried to relax. And you know what? It was pathetic. That's supposed to be the dream, sitting around with nothing to do. I'd rather be on my phone running my empire than sitting there wasting time. I need to be on it. I don't need a vacation. That's why nobody will ever beat me, because they're all working just so they can stop working. They're working for a damn break. Right now, I'm at the point where I could look at a beautiful woman and sure, we could go on a date. She's stunning. Maybe we'd hit it off. But I'd rather be hustling. I don't want a damn date. I want to conquer the planet. I'm not stopping for anyone. I know I'm only 10% of where I could be. Let's go. And that fires me up. I don't care how much money I've got or how many people are Googling my name. I can still spot every little inefficiency in my systems. Because here's the thing, money isn't the end all, but it's an easy way to measure success. Numbers don't lie. Businesses measure success in numbers. YouTube channels measure it in views. And when it comes to life, money is just a straightforward way to see if you're winning. So if you're asking, how do I know I'm successful? Start with the numbers, because numbers never lie. Once you understand that money is about harnessing the time and energy of others, you wake up and realize you need an empire. You need people working for you, people loyal to you, people who will follow you into the fire. And when you look around and see the world going to hell, 15-minute cities, climate lockdowns, people wasting their lives being mindless consumers, you know they're trying to trap us. So what do I need to protect the people I care about? I need an army. And for an army, you need serious money. I wake up and I say, 1 billion, that's nothing. I need 10. Tristan goes, Andrew, our company just got valued at over $1 billion. And I go, that's not enough. Because when you're playing on this level, $1 billion doesn't cut it. I remember being young, pissed off beyond belief. I saw this guy with a $400,000 car, and I'm there broke as hell walking 4 miles to school while my mom's got nothing. And I'm thinking, do you think that guy is working a 9 to 5 pushing papers? Hell no. He knows something about this world that they're not teaching me. And every time I saw someone with serious cash, it lit a fire in me, because I realized everything they're teaching us, follow the system, work hard, be patient, is bullshit. None of these people got where they are by playing by the rules. Nobody. Everyone knows this. You see me pull up in a Lamborghini and no one goes, oh, he went to college. They think drug dealer gangster because we all instinctively know that breaking the rules is the fastest way to wealth. Sure, you can make money by playing the game, but most people won't, and they're not meant to. They work, consume, and die. That's what the system wants. So I figured it out. I knew working for money wasn't the only way. I learned to make money work for me. I started building my empire and ecosystem with 70 people working for me all over the world. And when it's set up right, things just happen. Money just appears. Here's the thing. When you see someone with something you want, don't just sit there and wish for it. Figure out how they got it. Most people see a guy with a Ferrari, they think, wish I had that, and go back to watching TV. That's why they lose. Real winners are the ones who can look at the Ferrari and say, all right, how do I get that? And they don't stop until they figured it out. If you're not trying to buy a jet, not in the market for a yacht, let's be real, you don't even need more than $20 million. That's enough to cover anything you'd actually want because there's nothing left to buy. You can charter jets, rent yachts, keep it smarter, and save the headache. I bought a jet, once sold it in a few months. Why? Because I don't need everyone tracking me. All these Twitter clowns with their flight trackers, not a chance. I'm not letting everyone know where I am like some damn celebrity charity case. Even the LVMH guy sold his. That's how it goes. Get a nice house, a few cars, some diamonds, and some high-end clothes. That's it. Funny thing is, when I was broke, I thought I'd buy the whole damn world if I had money. But now that I've got it, I realize there's barely anything worth buying. Wardrobe, packed diamond watches. Got 10, maybe wear 2. Cars, I've got 28 in touch with 4. Everything you thought you'd want overrated once you've got it. So the money's not about things, it's about power and influence. And here's the truth, the world is hyper-competitive, especially for men. Most guys are just drifting clueless and they're in a constant competition whether they realize it or not. Listen, if life is this competitive, you don't have time to be depressed. Depression, it's a mindset for the weak. While you're wasting time with, I feel sad because of X, Y, I'm out here getting the money, the status, the girl, the car, the house, and you're not. You're playing a competitive game, and if you can't adopt a mindset that's ruthless and ultra competitive, you're done. You want to sit there and go, oh, I don't want to be competitive. Fine, just know this, the ones who don't play to win. They're called losers, simple as that. Look, I had the absolute best upbringing you could imagine, solid parents and no damn money. Didn't get rich or famous early, and I thank God for that. These kids who blow up online young, they're missing out on real life. They're not actually living. It's all this fake hollow life where everyone's just chasing views. It's pathetic. Now I was out there in the real world grinding with real jobs, truly broke, sweating on the bus, struggling to make rent. I wasn't born rich. I didn't get a trust fund. I hustled. And I've always said I'm just a poor man who's managed to stack a lot of cash. But since people keep asking, let me be clear, I've been insanely successful. Hundreds of millions check. Our last valuation had us nudging $1 billion. Top G's a billionaire. That's right. I'm at the top now and I earned every cent. Here's the reality. If you're born with everything, if life's just handed to you on a silver platter, you've got zero drive, zero reason to hustle. Money won't make you happy because you never had to do a damn thing to get it. Ever noticed who's really running the show? Who the matrix is the people in charge. They're not the ones who worked for their money, they inherited it. They're in some old money dynasty, some banking family sitting on billions since birth. If you're born into that world, money is like air. It's everywhere and it means nothing. You could buy every car on the market, buy out every luxury hotel and still not feel satisfied. So what fills that void? Control, dominance. The ego boost of power. That's what drives these people. The game stops being about money and starts being about influence, about bending others to your will. And if you throw in a little self delusion, a superiority complex, you start thinking you're genetically better than the masses. You're from this elite family and everyone else is just a peasant. That's why they make people follow stupid rules. You walk into a restaurant, mask on. Sit down to eat, mask off. Go to the restroom, mask back on. Why? It's absurd. But here's the truth. They do it because it's hilarious to them. They get off on watching people comply, seeing just how far they can push everyone. It's not about safety. It's a power trip. And every time they see you do it, it's like an ego boost. When you really get it, when you truly understand the reality of the world, you see the truth. The people in charge are broken, man. They've got all the money they could ever want, and it still isn't enough. Look at COVID, perfect example. Everyone went through it. Everyone remembers it. They played games with our lives for the hell of it. It's easy to reference because it was real, and it shows you just how messed up they are. Imagine this. It's 3 a.m. You're at a gas station and a Lambo pulls up. Guy steps out dripping in success. What's the first thing you think? Criminal, drug dealer, gangster. Not, oh, look, he's got a degree from university. Because deep down, you know school isn't what gets you that kind of money. But here's the insanity people see wealth. No, it didn't come from school, yet they still follow that same path. I want money, so I'll go to university. It's laughable, really. That path The one they laid out for you isn't going to get you anywhere but working a 9 to 5 paying taxes till you're dead. It's a joke. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, but I knew one thing for sure. I didn't trust their system, and I wasn't going to be a pawn. And when you've got that mindset, you find another way. I did, and so have the real players in this game. Go talk to the richest person you know and ask them how they made it. They're not going to tell you school made me rich. Nobody gives a damn about their grades. It's all indoctrination. They try to box you in so you stay small. But here's the real thing: average doesn't cut it. Stop being the average guy. That old notion from the 50s that if you just work hard, keep your head down, and obey the law, you'll have a good life. It's dead. Being a law-abiding, hard-working citizen isn't enough to break free. It'll keep you a peon for life. You've got to get to a level where you're making serious money. Am I telling you to go out and break the law? No. But once you're in that world, you realize there are ways to move, ways to bend things to your advantage. That's the game. Get to a point where taxes, rules, and restrictions don't apply the same way to you. Because at a certain level, you're not in the same system as the average guy anymore. But what do average people do? They sit around whining tax the rich. They don't understand how money or the world works. I've met guys who threw away months of their life because their girl left them. What a damn waste. You've got the time, the energy, the blessing of being alive, and you're squandering it over a breakup. You don't realize how lucky you are to even have the time to waste. If I waste even a single month, empires are collapsing. Shit's getting wrecked, lives are on the line. I end up either dead or locked up. Every day, every single damn second, I have moves to make. People out here whining about free time, they're spoiled, absolutely spoiled. They don't even know how blessed they are. They're soft kids pampered by their cushy little lives, thinking they got all the time in the world. Look, if you're not walking through life with a hyper-competitive mindset, ready to go toe-to-toe with some of the most dangerous, ruthless men on the planet, including me and my network, you're playing yourself. You're out here thinking it's all good and you're spoiled. Soft. You don't realize that the real killers don't wait. They don't let a second go to waste. I believe there are only 3 reasons you're not rich. Only 3. You're either stupid, arrogant, or lazy. And honestly, stupidity is the smallest one. People think, oh, there's a lot of idiots out there. Yeah, but I know plenty of idiots with cash stacked to the ceiling. So much money floating around that you've got to be damn near brain dead not to grab some. Less than 5% of people are actually too stupid to make good money. Now, the other 2, lazy and arrogant, those are the killers. Let's talk lazy. Oh, but I need my time. Oh, but it's the evening. Shut up. There's a guy halfway across the world doing your job for $3 an hour and he doesn't sleep. He's coming for you. So go ahead, relax all you want. And while you're lounging around, I'm working 18 hours a day making moves in my sleep. When I finish here, I get in my car, pull out my laptop, and I'm still working. You think I go to bed and unwind. I go to bed with my laptop, and I'm out in a second ready to grind again when I wake up. People saying, oh, I need to chill. Great, but you're going to lose to someone who doesn't want to chill. Then there's arrogance, and this one is brutal. Let me tell you, at least 50% of people are too damn arrogant to ever get rich. Here's an example. I have a school, right? I've got a whole platform where I teach people how to make money online. It's called The Real World. And for $49 a month, I'll give you the blueprint. I sit here with hundreds of millions, literally everything you've ever dreamed of. And these broke fools are out here saying, yeah, but can he really teach me? Are you out of your mind? I have everything. You have nothing. And you're so arrogant. You think you know better than me, that you don't need me. That's why you're broke. You're too arrogant to learn. If I want to learn how to boxing, I wouldn't walk into a boxing gym, see a guy who knows his shit and go, yeah, but can he really punch? That's the same stupidity people have when it comes to money. You want to learn to play piano, you go to the piano teacher. But people out here with no money, no success, look at me, a billionaire, and have the nerve to think they can do it without help. Arrogant, plain and simple. The truth is, everything I ever achieved came because someone taught me. I had coaches, mentors. My dad was my chess coach. Real men taught me real skills. But you're out here thinking you're too good for it. Then fine, stay broke. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how smart you are. It's your arrogance keeping you down.